President Byrne,
Here.
Trustees Hebda,
Here.
Schultz,
Here.
Markwart,
Here.
Cook,
Here.
Oppenheim,
Here.
Takaoka.
We have a quorum present. Everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, are there any citizens that wish to address the board tonight on something other than what's going to be on the committee of the whole? Because you'll be recognized at that time. Okay. The first item is not Nirvana's. Let me get my. Okay. Life-saving awards for officers Arthur Fink, Haley Lemmer, Ryan Yeager. Chief? Two Utes and one experienced. Old guy.
Old. You.
Thank you.
Okay,
Mr.
I'm done, Ken.
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor and Board, for recognizing us and allowing us an opportunity to speak to the community and to publicly recognize three of our finest. As you know, police work is one of teamwork, and so it should also be recognized that we have a lot of co-workers here, both on duty and off duty, that came to also be part of the recognition of Officers Fink, Lemmer, and Yeager. So I'd like to take this moment just to review that a lot of what we do in police work today is sometimes seen, you watch shows or whatever, sometimes seen as law and order. And certainly enforcing law is part of our job, and it's an important part of our job. But we're also uniquely situated and trained and prepared to help people at their darkest moments. And such was the case on November 8th when a young woman in our community struggling with heroin addiction after being clean for 2 years had some episode and relapsed, and had a friend fortunately able to call 911, alert the telecommunicators, send our first responders there and help save her life. So without further ado, I'd like to just read this award that at about 9 p.m. on November 8th, 2017, Officers Art Fink, Haley Lemmer, and Ryan Yeager responded to an emergency medical call at a residence in town. Arriving before the paramedics, the officers found a 32-year-old woman unconscious and showing signs of agonal breathing. Additional information suggested the patient may have overdosed on heroin. Officer Yeager administered a first dose of naloxone to the patient with no response. Officer Lemmer moved the patient and began administering sternum rubs and chest compressions. Officer Fink retrieved and prepared additional naloxone doses and administered 2 more doses. Immediately afterwards, the patient started breathing and regained consciousness. Paramedics arrived shortly thereafter and provided further treatment before transporting the woman to the hospital. The swift actions and effective teamwork of Officers Fink, Lemmer, and Yeager were critical, along with our emergency telecommunication officers and CFD paramedics, in saving the woman's life. I wholeheartedly agree with the recommendation of your supervisors to recognize your efforts, and I'm proud to present you with these life-saving awards. Congratulations.
Okay, you guys want to say anything? You sure? Come on, Art, you're the senior officer.
I nominate her then.
Oh, and then she-
Somebody, come on, you know.
How about you just want to introduce your family?
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah, sure, if you want to introduce your family, that's wonderful.
Hold on.
Now you gotta get the mic.
Now with you.
All right. This is my mother. This is my
Gotta hold.
grandfather.
Hold the mic up to your
Oh, sorry. Yeah, test it.
Is-
All right. This is my mother. This is my father. All right. My grandfather. My beautiful girlfriend, Jacqueline. My friend James. And my, what's the name of him?
Jeff, and Jeff's there too.
My coworkers.
These are my parents and then my brother as well.
Okay. Nice.
My wife Cindy, my son Colton, my daughter Tessa.
Where's your
back
son at?
In the back.
How old is
Heidi,
he?
11.
Okay.
Thanks. Great job.
Now, these were all with the needle,
No,
all the injections?
It's
it was. The
So
one-
they're Narcan.
nasal.
Is it?
Narcan.
Narcan.
Well, yeah, I know,
It's a
but I mean,
brand name, yes.
well, that, you know, but, okay.
Nasal.
Yeah.
Three hits of it or two? You can only do two.
3.
One,
Oh, you did 3 nasal hits? Wow, okay. Because I know we had that unfortunate matter, you know, where we honored some of the officers last year, and there was, you know, the sprays and then 3 shots, and,
Yeah, this is not the first time. I believe this is a fourth life-saving effort in about 3 years of
Oh,
carrying
yeah.
the drug. You know, you hear on the news, it really is an epidemic in our society, and Vernon Hills and Lake County is, you know, is not spared from this problem, so.
well, it's like, you know, I mean, should we encourage the citizens to just go, you can go buy it now?
That's a very recent development. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
It certainly can. So if you have a loved one, if you have any friends that you know might be a recovering addict, might have an issue, this is great stuff to have in the
And
home.
you need a physician's prescription?
My understanding is the latest move, you do not need a prescription. I don't know if anybody has anything updated to that. but-
Okay. Trustee Cook.
Yeah, in dovetailing on that, it was just on the news tonight that some of the statistics about how heroin overdoses now far surpass, you know, gun deaths, and that is in terms of especially young people. So when we first started talking about this a few years ago, it's great that we're doing this. And now that they are making that where John Q. Citizen can do it, maybe if you guys could talk to Countryside or that, perhaps that could be something that could get added to like CPR classes and that, because if you're going in to learn about using doing CPR and using an AED, might as well also learn how to use that because of it becoming such a, you know, a more frequent, unfortunately, more frequent problem.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll bring that up with Chief Steingart. I think that's something we could follow up on. Thank you.
Trustee Heather.
I just want to say that I am so fortunate and lucky to have people like you in our community, all of you behind as well. We are very, very lucky to have people that serve our community and so fortunate. So I want to thank you so much for everything that you do. I don't think we say it enough, but I appreciate it, and I think our whole community does too. So I think this girl is very, very lucky, and her family is too. So
Yeah.
thank you again.
Was she a high school girl?
No,
No,
she was 32.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's not good. But in essence, now when you do the injection, arm, buttocks, where do you hit?
Thigh.
Yeah.
The thigh?
Yeah,
All
just
right.
like an epi.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Board.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
But that's not what they're using. They went. I know. That's good. I'm glad you know that. I just wanted to clarify, because if you read the word that was used, Narcan means poof poof. That's what it means to most people. I understand that, you know. So, but Joe Blow, we would get poof. I'm sure it would be a poofer. Yeah. Present. We used to know how to. You gotta do you go right through the pants, or you just get, yeah, sure. We had to know how to do that with Kurt Schumer.
It's hard. Rick Davis.
He was dating Aaron, you know.
That's 38.
He had some lactose intolerance or, yeah. Okay, with that said, next item is omnibus vote agenda.
A through L.
Is there a motion to approve items A through L?
Second.
Motion is second. Any comments, questions? Anybody want anything pulled? If not, roll call.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Markwart.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Oppenheim.
Aye.
Takaoka. Hebda.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, new business to come before the board? Anything new? Okay, it's obviously winter. There's no additional business. Okay, is there a motion to adjourn the board meeting and go into committee of the whole?
So made.
Second.
Motion and a second? Roll call.
Trustees Markwart.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Oppenheim.
Aye.
Takaoka. Hebda.
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, I'd like to call the committee of the whole meeting to order. First item is approval of special committee of the whole meeting minutes of December 12th. Is there a motion to approve?
January 9th.
January 9th.
January 9th.
Oh, what, I got an old one here?
Regular meeting.
January 9th.
Okay, January 9th. Oops, I brought something. Oh, I brought everything. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. So,
Motion to approve.
yeah, motion to approve. I was,
January 9th ones.
I was reading through the minutes. Okay. Okay. There's a motion and a second. Roll call?
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Markwart.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Oppenheim.
Aye.
Takaoka.
Motion carries. Okay. Bears Fit, 155 East Town Line Road. Presentation of concept plans for Bears Fit Athletic Club. Request for certificate of building and use conversion. This is the old Sports Mart / Sports Authority. It's about 35,000 plus square feet. Myself and John and Mike and Joe, is that the four of us? Went to meet with, this is Cliff Stein and the California guy.
And Bill Outen.
What's your name, Bill?
Bill Outen.
Bill Oten. And so we went over to, Bears headquarters and had a nice meeting within reason.
Good evening. Thank you for having us. As Mayor Burns said, Cliff Stein, Senior Vice President and General Counsel for the Chicago Bears, along with Bill Oten, and we have Michael Wexler and property owner, Dr. David Weiss here. We're here in support of the application for certificate of building use and conversion for the property located at 155 East Town Line Road. So this is the current location where the old Sports Authority is. This is what it looks like now. This is the condition it's been in for the past year and a half, bringing no revenue to the Village of Vernon Hills. And the concept is to change this site, which is a building of 45,500 square feet, 180 parking spots, located close proximity to the Bears practice facility, into essentially a state-of-the-art Chicago Bears themed fitness center. This is a mock-up just for illustration purposes only. This is not what our logo is going to look like. That's not finalized, but the approximate dimensions of the signage will be within the existing dimensions of the Sports Authority signage. So we prepared this just for illustration purposes only. Some other signage. It's all within the existing signage. And so taking you back, what is Bears Fit? And anyone on this, on the board, please interrupt me anytime. There's no formality here. If I'm going too slow, speed me along. If I'm going too fast, slow me down. Okay, good. Bears Fit. It's a joint venture between a man named Mark Mastrov, who's a fitness center industry leader, expert on the Chicago Bears, which is a supreme football brand, and we came up with Bears Fit, a Bears-themed fitness center. Mark Mastrov is the founder of 24 Hour Fitness. He's also founded other sports-themed gyms, UFC gyms, Crunch Fitness. He's also majority owner of the Sacramento Kings basketball team, and he is our partner. This is a 50-50 joint venture between his organization and the Chicago Bears. UFC gyms, just to show the closest example to what we're doing here, there's over 100 in the country, and they've been very successful. Alex Rodriguez, baseball player, just purchased rights to develop more of those types of gyms in Miami. We are looking at NFL-themed fitness centers. The Bears Fit would be the third in the country, obviously the first in the area. So this is a new and revolutionary idea where we bring our expertise to the fitness world, and we're excited to bring that to you in Vernon Hills. Cowboys Fit opened in 2017. It's a little bit of a different model because it's at the Cowboys practice facility. They have over 9,000 members. And they're also going to be a 49ers Fit, which is already in the process of opening. Again, this is going to be a state-of-the-art fitness center with everything that you normally would look for in a high-end fitness center. Classes, training, cafeteria, sports performance, recovery lounge. Things that we bring to the table that you may not find anywhere else. We have sports science experts. They will do different things like biomechanical assessments and performance analysis, injury prevention, nutritional studies, sleep studies, and essentially just all the recovery you get that, that professional athletes get that you don't normally get at your ordinary fitness club. There will be dedicated space to sports performance, turf area where, and going back, Bears Fit is for everyone, no matter how old you are, no matter what your health condition is, whether you play sports or not. This is a gym for everyone. It's not for athletes, it's not for football players, it's for anyone who wants to get in shape and have physical fitness part of their life, and do it in a little different way because we bring an extra level of expertise to the table.
Well,
That's why I'm glad you've got a recovery lounge for, people like me.
yeah, but what I was going to also add, that there's obviously added fees, for certain things.
Right, so there'll be a membership fee,
Right.
which will include all the equipment, classes, and if you wanted to have a personal trainer, that would be an additional fee. But there will be other things included with, just the different classes and the nutritional expertise
You're
and
like
diet plans.
dietitians on the staff, or just,
There will be
I mean,
nutrition
would people
experts.
use this to do recovery from like knee or hip or?
We hope that they will. And one of our partners is Athletico. And they are located nearby, and we are actually in talks with Athletico and Advocate about having potential space where they can have a small rehab area and have possibly even some kind of medical expertise within the building.
Yeah, I mean, like true physical therapists.
Physical therapist, yeah. We've had massage, recovery, compression, hydro beds, cryotherapy. All of this will be available to the members, and it's going to be a big emphasis because it's an emphasis we have for professional athletes. And we want people to be educated that you don't just go to a gym and work out and you leave. There's a whole nother aspect to it. There's sleeping right, and there's recovery before and after doing the right thing. So we bring that education to the table. We will have clinics, we will have seminars, we will have coaches. We think that we will even attract players, current players, and alumni to come there. And that's part of the sports performance model, is we have current former Bears players, even in Vernon Hills right now, training people that are very excited to be involved in this, so that you can not only train at Bears Fit, but you can be trained by a former Bears player. So just different things that, just sports performance, because there'll be a dedicated turf area in addition to all the fitness. Again, all of our expertise that we bring to the table, Train Like a Bear, great facility that we're designing right now.
Yeah.
Again, for athletes, but people of all ages, anyone who wants to get in shape, anybody who wants to be healthy.
But again, and some of these are fee-based, if you're going to this higher level.
If you want a personal trainer, they'll be fee-based,
Yeah,
but
it's just like any other gym in the country.
What's that?
Any other gym in the country, you pay to get in, but we include all the classes, which a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
And then if you go into recovery, it's a completely different. But
So
we'll have like.
you actually gonna have those like tractor tires?
Yeah, we might have one couple, maybe.
one thing that we're going to do is we're going to rotate new equipment every month. They're going to have the latest and greatest, state-of-the-art, try new things out. And members will see something new every month and want to try it out, because that's the beauty of being partners with Mark Mastrov and being involved in this field. I mean, he is the largest purchaser of fitness equipment in the world.
Yeah, you will see equipment in this facility that you will not see in a Lifetime Fitness, I know, down the street, or anybody else in the country. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. You'll see fitness equipment in our facility that you will not see anywhere else in the country, made specifically for us and for our different concepts that we have. So you'll probably see, if we have 150 pieces of equipment in there, you'll probably see 30 or 40 that you've never seen anywhere else in a gym before. So it's a unique type of different fitness.
It's going to be very reasonably priced, but there's an open door policy. People want to come in, they want to check it out, they want to look around, they want to buy something, they want to eat something. They're open door. You have to be a member to come in. So he's going to be open door policy, let people come in. It's going to be very welcoming and very reasonably priced for this area. So we're excited about that model. And also, there is sales revenue opportunity for Vernon Hills. It's not just fitness center. We do want to have Bears retail. The idea, hopefully, is we do sell enough fitness-oriented Bears gear right now that we can put things in there, maybe even things that you can't get at Dick's down the street, that we can come up with new products. We have that control, and we can get them in Bears Fit. So even if you're not a member and you're driving home and hey, Bears Fit has this T-shirt, you can stop in and buy it. You don't have to be a member. You come in and you're welcome. So we anticipate.
How many square feet will you dedicate to that?
Unknown at this time. I would say I'll approximate 2,000, 1,000 to 2,000. But we'll make sure it's nice, and Bears are gonna control that.
What kind of sales do you generate out of the store at the stadium? The one where you're going up the ramp?
It's a good question. I don't have an answer for you.
Was that a couple of thousand square feet?
Yes, there's two of them. There's one
I'd
on
be
the south.
real interested to hear what the numbers are coming out of there.
Sure, absolutely. And this would be our first standalone Bears retail outside the stadium. We don't have any brick and mortar stores like some other teams do, so we're excited about to do that too. Again, who we are, I'm not going to belabor this. We are an iconic brand, rich in history. Okay, we bring that to your community. Very popular brand, and this is just all our celebrities that love the Bears. You see it on television, movies, pop culture. This is who we are. We're excited to bring that to Vernon Hills. Our fans are passionate, loyal, they're hungry for a championship, and regardless of our record over the past few years, this is a Bears town, and we will get it back. And then we do get it back, they're going to want to be part of Bears Fit, and Bears Fit is another exciting opportunity for fans to engage with the team. So right now, within a mile radius, you have all these stores. What did I miss? I missed something, but last time you told me. But you have Target, Dick's, Whole Foods will be opening, Portillo's, the mall, the movie theater, the gas, all of these things within a mile radius. And by Bears Fit coming in this area, creating a premier retail destination, something to be excited about, bringing more people. 1,000 to 2,000 people a day will come to Bears Fit, and they will be shopping at these stores and helping the local community. So we're excited to do that. We're excited to help make this area that's kind of been just sitting around unused to be part of a premier retail destination, which you've done a great job in this community of already. We're excited about the opportunity that it's close proximity to Hallis Hall, another huge attraction to us. 3.4 miles. We could put things such as cryotherapy and additional compression therapy and other kinds of recovery that we may not want to put in Hallis Hall, but we put it in Bears Fit, and that will help attract some of even our current players that we will recommend that they go to Bears Fit, and they do like to train and do things off-site. They go to these other places in this area. They go to Lifetime. They go to EFT and other places in the area. So now they have one that's another home destination for them. It will be free for players and coaches and staff, so it's going to be an incentive for them to be there. Jen Gibson is our sports science coordinator. Great expertise in this area, been with us for 3 years, came from the Olympics. She's excited about this, and she's going to be involved in helping put in the right systems, programs, nutrition, sports science, recovery. Coaches, various coaches, will have them do clinics, get them involved. We have a living legend that works for us in the fitness area named Clyde Emmerich. He was the strength coach of the '85 Bears. Our gym at Hallis Hall is named after him, and he's excited to come in, and he can teach you how to do all the old school stuff, how to deadlift, how to bench press, how to do it the right way. He's still working with our players because he's a revered professional, and so it's another thing that we bring to the table. As I said earlier, alumni, we have alumni all over the Chicagoland area, a lot in this area. We've already tapped into them. They're excited to be involved. We don't know exactly how it's all going to work out, but they're going to come in, they're going to train, they're already doing it. Now we're going to create another venue for them to do it. We have numerous opportunities for events and programs. It's only limited by the creativity of the mind. We have Inside the Bears, Bears Radio, our talent, we could do shows from there. We could run our 5K out of there. We can do our Bears All Access show. We have Varsity Bears that we hope one day to partner with Vernon Hills and run a Bears practice at Vernon Hills High School. We've tried a couple years. Maybe we didn't give enough notice, but it's something we can tie these things into Bears Fit. We can have youth camps on the turf at Bears Fit. So there's a lot of programming that we can bring to the table by having another venue that we don't have right now. This is a very preliminary floor plan, and it's a work in progress. I know it's hard to see. On the left-hand side, facing it, my left, is a very large indoor turf field. That's approximately 48 yards by 12 yards. That's going to get bigger. It's going to get wider. There's bleacher seats. This simulates something that we are building right now in an expansion in Hallis Hall, which we call an indoor turf classroom, which is 50 yards by 25 yards, with a huge projection wall screen that will allow players to do walkthroughs against live players that they're facing on a video wall. We're trying to simulate that here for a lot of the training. So we're working on that. It's going to give us a differentiating factor. It's going to give us a niche. If you're working out on the machines, you're going to see a lot of action going on that left-hand side and want to be part of it. There's a kids center on this side. There's 2 group fitness classes. There's recovery up in the front. Again, all of this is subject to move around and tweak. We don't have the retail shown there, and we don't have sort of the fuel station area, but that's to come. Any questions on the preliminary floor plan? No. So again, with Hallis Hall, we have a huge amount of resources and people, and all of these people are going to contribute to the success of Bears Fit. We have a large committee of these people, and as we speak, they're generating all kinds of these ideas and just throwing them out there, and we're excited that we have that kind of expertise that really will make this a success. This is not a branding or licensing opportunity. This is something we're fully vested in. It's not our core business. We haven't done it before, but we're all in and excited to be part of it.
I have a
These are our
question.
venues.
I have a question.
Trustee Oppenheim.
This sounds wonderful and very ambitious. I'm curious, how large are the other sites, the one in Dallas and the one that's going up on the West Coast?
The Cowboys Fit one's about 52,000 feet. So this is 45, so it's a little smaller. The one
It
in,
seems like you're packing a lot. It almost seems like you need more space.
well, yeah, we could always use more space, but we can always, and then we would probably look at another location or go bigger if it warrants that. We never thought the Cowboys location would be as successful as it has been, and that's part of what Cliff said. It's their training facility. It's Jerry's World, they call it. So it's a whole different animal
But it's
versus.
actually at the stadium.
It's at the
Yeah,
At their practice facility.
It's
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
practice
practice
facility.
facility.
But I'll
It's a
add
whole
to what he
complex.
said, because Mark educated me on this. He said the average square footage of gym space in the 24-hour fitness is 10,000 square feet. We will have 25,000 square feet.
Do you know how big Lifetime is?
And he said it'll be bigger than Lifetime, because when you take out all the gym, the basketball court, and the pool, and you just focus on that second floor, you're gonna have more space here. You will not be tripping over each other to get on the machines.
yeah. Hope that answers it, yeah.
So you need a motion, I'll make a motion to direct staff to prepare the appropriate ordinance?
So, just for clarification, that's for the building and use conversion to transition this from a retail sales tax producing entity to a non-retail sales tax producing
Yeah.
entity. Yes.
Any comments or questions? Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead, you then.
We partnered with the Park District to bring a fitness center there, and we gave them $2 million. And they're supposed to pay us back through the use of the facility, which is a fitness center. Now, it's certainly a lot smaller than yours, so I wonder how we're going to manage that particular loan, because you will be in competition with the Park District. And it sounds amazing, there's no doubt about it. But the concern is we've also got a partnership there with the Park District to get our monies back down the road. So when you talk about, pricing and all of that, I guess, can you give me a feel for what your pricing is? Is that going to?
Are you charging people for that?
Of course we do.
How much you charge for?
And I'm going to ask my president of the Park District to answer that for you. Jeff Fugger, who is the director over there. So, yeah, we charge people to utilize the facility, of course.
My guess is will be more than that and less than Lifetime.
Can you give
That's
me-
about all I can say.
You can't say,
So what's Lifetime?
Lifetime is basically about 120 bucks, 106 to 120 bucks.
Will be less.
A month.
Significantly
Month.
Less.
And the Park District's 40.
We'll be in between
you'll
the
be,
two.
so you're in the.
We'll
in
be
the
high.
middle.
We'll be higher than
Higher than that, okay, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, but you're stepping away from the curb too. You gotta, tell the whole story here, about the Park District, because you got 75, kids that can go there for, out of the womb, what I mean,
Well,
it's
there's
daycare.
There is daycare there.
This
yes.
isn't
Yeah,
preschool.
we don't have daycare.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I just want you to know.
Okay.
That, yeah, and there's a pool there too. So, I mean,
I think
Jeff,
it's a
you could.
different niche.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Jeff, okay, what's actually dedicated to just pure exercise? How many square feet?
Building's 35,000 square feet, 10,000 of it is
Daycare.
10,000 is.
Okay, but take out the pool. So what is that? I'm talking the actual exercise room and then the
The class.
aerobic classroom.
probably about 15,000 square feet.
Between those two rooms? Okay. Right. But there's obviously other functions that they're not going to be
Right.
involved in at all. You're not going to be teaching kids how to swim.
No.
Guppies, minnows, All right,
Getting close.
okay.
Well, I'm just, I have
Yeah.
a concern. I mean, I think what you've got is amazing, but I do have a concern that I've put money out for that building that I would like to eventually see returned to the village of Vernon Hills. So that's one of the things. So I want to make sure that,
What's
I know
those?
competition is very healthy. I won't
Yeah.
deny, competition is our society, and we do compete with one, and you're going to compete with Lifetime. I mean, your name, the Bears, is going to bring people in. Absolutely, it will. I know it will.
You know how many members you have?
I'm sorry, what?
You know how many members
Jeff
you
would
have?
know.
Jeff might know. How many members do we have, Jeff? 3,000.
We'll be 2,500 to 3,000. I mean, that's what we're targeting.
That's what you're targeting, yeah.
So the way, I'm new to this business, but I'm here today for you. But the way I understand it, and going with these gentlemen to the different site locations and reading the analysis of the reports of the different sites, that they take all that into consideration, the location of other fitness centers and the population and the demographics and the income and the household, all of these things, and made me realize, and this is my interpretation of it, there's plenty of potential members out there for everyone. Every single person in this room can benefit by having a gym membership. This is not only a good business proposition, this is good for the community, this is good for people.
Oh,
This is about getting healthy.
I'm not arguing that.
Right, so you
point.
can't have I'm saying you can't have enough fitness centers in Vernon Hills as
Because
long as
you're
they're.
like 2 minutes from them.
Yeah.
You're right around there behind Target. You're 2 minutes from them.
Well, I've lived in Buffalo Grove, and I do all my shopping in Vernon Hills, and this is the first time I heard that you're telling me that it's there. And I'm very much into fitness, so that's interesting that you're saying it's 2 minutes away, because that's the first time I heard that.
Trustee Markwart, you want to say
No,
anything?
it was in regards to the fees, and that's,
Yeah.
I got the answer, so thank you.
Within reason. Okay, any other comments or questions? If not, roll call.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Markwart.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Oppenheim.
Aye.
Takaoka. Hebda.
I'm going to vote present right now, okay?
Okay, for the record, I'll vote aye.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, well, motion carries, and
What kind of timetable do you see this being on?
It's a good question. Hopefully by fourth quarter this year, we hope. We got to start plans and get those going, and we'll finalize all that, and hope to have a permit called July or August. Like to open during the season. That would be the best,
Yeah,
the best time to, if we can.
thank you.
Okay.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
all right. Okay. Boca codes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and as the board is aware, the village has, for several years, adopted the International Code Council series of codes, formerly known as the BOCA Building Codes. These are nationally recognized model codes that are updated every 3 years by its Standards Council. The 2018 edition represents the most recent publication that's offered by this agency. Over the past several months, staff has been reviewing the updated series of these codes and is now prepared to recommend adoption of the 2018 editions. Again, this is primarily just an update to the current editions. Staff is not recommending changes to existing amendments that are already in place, such as those for elevators, non-combustible separation between dwelling units, lower thresholds for sprinklers. All those remain in place. We're just recommending the updates. We did identify 7 existing amendments that no longer need to be there, simply because these are now part of the new national code. So I've included those in your packet. They're all minor in nature. The codes being considered tonight would be the International Building Code, which is for commercial structures, the International 1 and 2 Family Dwelling Code, the Mechanical Code, Fuel and Gas Code, Fire Code, Property Maintenance Code, Electrical Code, the Energy Conservation Code, which is mandated by the state of Illinois, the Existing Buildings Code, and the Wildland Urban Interface Code. All these represent the series of model codes. I should also note that I have reviewed and discussed the draft ordinance with our shared inspection service partners from Mundelein and Libertyville. Again, all communities have committed to adopting the 2018 series of codes during this year. We're the first ones out of the gate. But again, we're trying to promote consistency of requirements between the villages which in turn supports our shared services program. Makes it easier for the inspectors to keep track of requirements from village to village. I also met with Countryside and Lincolnshire Riverwoods Fire Protection Districts and reviewed the ordinance, and both have expressed their support for the updates. So if the committee feels that the proposed building code updates are appropriate, staff should be directed to prepare an ordinance adopting the 2018 editions of the International Code Council series of codes. And again, staff is just looking for a motion directing us to prepare that ordinance.
I have a question, so I'll just go ahead. I've got a problem with number 4 of the elimination amendments. The ice barrier. If you've got a less than 6 and 12 pitch, the ice barrier should go all the way up to the roof peak. And are drip edges included in the new code?
Drip edges are required in the international codes, the way it's written now.
Okay.
We have 2 amendments to the ice barrier provisions.
Okay.
One is related to the eaves, that's 24 inches measured from the inside exterior wall up.
Right.
That's the one that's in now the international
Yeah.
codes. We have in our amendments additional codes that require all valleys require the ice and water shield for the full run of the valley, all the way up to the ridge.
I even want the fields all the way up to the peak.
I'm sorry,
Not just the valleys, but the peak, or the field of the roof.
okay, understood.
And with regard to the drip edges are to be installed with a 3/8 to 1 inch gap, 1/2 inch gap off the fascia.
And that is in the codes.
Okay, what is it, 3/8 or 1/2, or?
It's 3/8 of an inch. The question came up just within the last couple of months, actually, from Trustee
Right.
Takaoka, so
Right.
it's fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
But it's the drip edge is required at the bottom of the slope roof,
Right.
at the soffit, up the gable ends, and it needs to extend out a minimum of 3/8 of an inch from the fascia.
Okay, so, well, no, I'm talking about on the horizontal plane, the drip edge itself should not be affixed to the fascia. It needs to be spaced off the fascia by at least 3/8 to a 1/2 inch. You wind up with capillary action, which then defeats the ice barrier. I've become an expert in this. I've got a house that's some significant issues, not in this jurisdiction, in another jurisdiction.
In another country.
Understood. Trustee Schultz, what we could do is we'll double check, we'll read through the international codes as they're written.
Yeah,
And if that
please.
spacing requirement is not in there,
Yeah.
then we will make that amendment in the building code as directed by.
Right, because it needs to be off. If you press that drip edge up so that the horizontal plane is up against the fascia, you wind up with capillary action that then brings it in, and then that freezes in and pushes the fascia, which then lifts. and
The old
then-
ice dams that
And then you
create
get
trips.
ice dams, especially if the roof pitch is less than 6 and 12.
Okay, understood. We'll do that research and we'll make sure that language is in there.
Super, thank you. Other than that, I'm all on board.
Okay. Any other comments or questions from any other trustee on these upgrades, updates to the building code? If not, is there a motion to accept these upgrades and prepare the appropriate ordinance, right?
So made. Second.
Motion is second for a roll call.
Trustees Markwart.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Oppenheim.
Aye.
Takaoka. Hebda.
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, we have to go into closed session tonight.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Discuss personnel,
Uh,
or
pen-
litigation.
Pending litigation pursuant to Section 2-C-11 of the Open Meetings Act, personnel, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of an employee pursuant to Section 2-C-1 of the Open Meetings Act, and minutes, discussion of minutes pursuant to Section 2-C-21 of the Open Meetings Act.
Okay, so is there a motion to adjourn committee of the whole and going into closed session?
So made.
Second.
Motion is second, roll call.
Trustees Markwart.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Oppenheim.
Aye.
Takaoka. Hebda.
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you and good night, because we're not coming back to discuss any other business. Okay.